Y'all, we are so late. Don't know what to say, don't know where to start. All of a sudden my anxiety is kicking in. It's now 2:46. I put in my schedule that I was gonna leave the house at 1:30. Do I always do this to myself? Yes. What is the reasoning? I'm a serial procrastinator and I just don't understand time management well. I just don't understand it. If you give me an excessive amount of time before I need to do something, I will waste all of that time doing absolutely nothing. And then when it comes time to do what I actually need to do, I have no time to do what I actually need to do. Is it dark? Can you see me? Breathe. You might be like, Maya, what are you running late to? I'm not actually running late. I just wanted more time to like dilly-dally. Basically what I did, I bought tickets to the New York how do I say it? The New York Philharmonic? New York Philharmonic. I'm not well versed. They're having Black Panther in concert. And I'm really sad to say that like, I think by the time this video goes up, it's gonna be done. Like I think they only had it from like this week, like the 20th. Today's the 20th. And I think it stops this weekend and they like leave New York. But basically it's like Black Panther in concert. So the Black Panther movie, okay, the first movie, they put the movie on a screen. The main focus is that a live orchestra will be performing the score, the soundtrack, all of the music within that's for the film. So like anytime there's soundtrack, it's supposed to be like the live orchestra. I saw this on TikTok and I was like, I need to be there. It just felt so niche to me because A, love Marvel. Anything after Avengers Endgame, I probably would not sign my name on. Anything before that, we're all here. Like I literally have an Iron Man tattoo. I love the soundtrack of that movie. I love the Afrocentric nature of the music and just everything. I also really like classical music, instrumental, I don't even know what to call it. Like I love a good piano ballad. I love a good string quartet, a good drum, like just instruments. So it's just like a combination of things that I like. So I decided to just buy the tickets. The show is at 7:30, which is like, yeah, I have a lot of time until the show. But I would like to get to the show for what, like there was one time I had to go to like a theater. Actually, I don't know how many times I've been to like the theater. But there was one time I had to go to like the theater. And I was like 5 minutes late. They didn't let me in. I was like, okay, y'all. Consequences of my actions. Like, I can't even blame y'all. But like, they just don't let you in if you're late and then you gotta sit and you gotta wait till intermission. So I'm like, I paid, like, actually, I was surprised that the tickets weren't extremely expensive. The tickets were cheaper than a Brent Faiyaz concert. The math was not math. Like, I love Brent, but I'm seeing a live orchestra and a movie at the same time playing the music of the movie in a live orchestra way cheaper. I think my tickets were like, they had tickets selling for like 60 bucks. I got like, hopefully they're good seats. I don't know how seats work. I've never been, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is like a different setting for me. Like, I've never been to like a musical theater type thing, you know, a musical theater. I'm like trying a new setup to get ready because I just don't feel like standing. I'm just gonna do something like real simple. Have my contacts in. I don't know if they're gonna stay in. When the performance starts, I might have to put in my glasses. My contacts just start to wig out with sensory overload. Like if you want me to look here and there and there and there, ooh. Like see already, I can't do too much movement with my eyes to have the contacts like actually work well. And I also am just working with this tiny little mirror because there's no mirror in my bedroom. I decided to go alone. After the fact, I told my mom about it and she was like, I would have wanted to go. I wasn't completely sure because I feel like it's very niche. Like, cause like my mom doesn't really like Marvel that much. Well, she'll go to see the movie if it's like really popular. Actually, well, I think so. I mean, she's seen the Black Panthers. A lot of Black people have seen the Black Panthers and don't know anything about the MCU. Like, it's just something that you just see. Whoa, my skin looks really bad in this mirror. Is this how I look in real life? Damn. I just kind of want to do it on my own because I love like doing something like I really want to do on my own. Like when I went to go see the Hunger Games, I knew right off the jump, like as soon as I was able to get my tickets, I just got one ticket and I got it for myself because there's certain experiences that I like to do by myself because not that other people will ruin them because I love spending time with my mom and like we normally have such a fun vibe. But there's certain things that I just like to be with my own brain about, which like sounds weird. I don't know if it's sounding weird. I used to have this like rule that if I was gonna go see a Marvel movie for the first time, I had to go see it alone because anything, like any little mess up would just like ruin the entire experience in my brain and in my memory. Like there was one time I went to go see a Marvel movie with friends and then they were late. and then I had to wait to let them in because I had the tickets, and I was just like, no, this is never happening again. Just to avoid human error on other people's parts, I do things on my own. Moral of the story, I just really wanted to go alone and just experience it on my own. I feel like it's like a common thing that people are like, you know, how do you have fun alone? How do you do things alone? Especially when you're in a big city. I'm in New York City. I don't know if it's one of the biggest, but it's definitely the most expensive. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but that's just the only defining factor of my city. I feel like not everybody it comes as naturally to them. Like, I feel like being alone is something that comes naturally to me because I genuinely like my own presence, and I prefer my own presence a lot of the time over other people's presence. Again, it's something I need to work on because then I become an isolated freak and I don't talk to people. I feel so comfortable with myself that it's like, why would I not just go do something with myself? But like, that's my natural state of mind. But if there's people that isn't their natural state of mind. First thing that I feel like you have to do, really like understand and take the time to learn yourself. I'm like, okay, babes, but like, what does that mean? At least the way that I take it on is like learning my hobbies, what I absolutely hate, what I absolutely love, what I absolutely would not do, and what I like want to do. I have this like comfortability knowing that I can be alone because I'm like, at the end of the day, I think like one of the biggest issues is boredom. So it's like knowing what to do to make you not get bored, understanding your hobbies and understanding what would naturally bring you joy anyways, so that you're not even thinking about the fact that you're doing it alone. You're just like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I could do this and I don't have to wait on other people to do it. For example, for me, reading, writing. So it's like going to a cafe to just sit alone and read and write is genuinely like my favorite thing on this earth. I wouldn't want to have to wait on somebody else to do that anyways. Like, I wake up and I want to do that. So I think having things that you like just really want to do, like a pottery class, like something like that, I think that's the first step. Finding things that you genuinely have been wanting to do anyways. Let that be your push, because at least it's not forcing yourself. Because like sometimes when doing things alone, it's like the daunting things is like going to a bar or like going to a party alone. Y'all, I have not conquered that. That is like the most terrifying thing to me, because I think already like going to a party, it's supposed to be like, it's like a socializing thing. And I feel like there's so many like norms placed upon going to a party where it's like you show up with your friends and then like you're able to dance with your friends. But it's like, if I go to a party, who do I dance with? Do I dance by myself? Dancing by myself, doesn't that look weird? It's like, there's so many things that I'm like in my head about that starting off your aloneness journey, don't think it should be started with a party unless you want to jump head first into the swamp and you just you just have the confidence. You know when they take newborn babies and they throw them into the deep end of the swimming pool and let them float to the top to teach them survival skills? That's kind of what that would be like. But I have yet to go to a party by myself. It is something that I eventually want to do, because I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that it really helps them make friends. That's terrifying. Like, I'm like, who do I speak to? Who do I converse with? When you're doing things alone, I think the reason that they're so easy for me is because I pick things where I do not have to speak to people. I speak to the service workers that are helping me make my chai and I tell them, oat milk please, hot or cold. I speak to the restaurant people when I tell them what I want to eat. Other than that, I'm not conversing with human beings. Oh, no. I think maybe that's why it's so easy for me. Like, I don't know if I could really give advice on like how to be alone and do social things, because terrifying. That terrifies me. Like, I really don't know what I would do when I have to go to a party alone, but I do want to try it out eventually, because I feel like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is like the only way to like add new things to your life. And I feel like the only way that I'm going to make new friends is to push myself out of a different social comfort zone. We're not there yet. Okay, like give me summer 2024, maybe we'll do that, but we're not there yet. Doing things alone in a city like New York is so great because nobody speaks to you, which may sound bad for some people, but it's such a place where like everybody literally is in their own world. Nobody literally cares what you do, what you wear, what you say. There's so many people here that everybody's gonna forget you when you walk past, unless you like truly interact with them. And there's something comforting about that, where it's like I like being around people. Like the reason I love going to cafes is because I love seeing other human beings. I love seeing the human experience, other humans interacting with other humans. But me myself interacting with other humans that are like strangers or that I don't know, it's not really my cup of tea. I know I have to do it to be able to meet new people, but it's not really my cup of tea. The things that I do when I go out alone, like go to cafes or go out to eat at like sitting down at like a table, sitting down at a restaurant. Yes, if it's like a high fancy restaurant, could be a little bit awkward, but at the same time, you have to think about the fact that everybody else is there with other people. So like they're really not, hopefully, like if they're on a date or if they're just with other people's company, hopefully their focus is on their company and not on the one person sitting in the corner alone. And also a lot of people say like if you're going out alone to a restaurant, you can sit at the bar. The bar sounds a little bit more scary to me because now do I need to talk to the bartender? What does that social interaction have to look like? Like I'm trying to avoid social interactions that are unnecessary. That's what makes me comfortable in my solitude. And it's like okay to stick to your comfort zone when it comes to going out and do things alone. I have my select few cafes that I go on rotation because I know they have the best Wi-Fi. I know they'll have ample seating that could be like separated. Oh, I went to this cafe the other day and it was actually a random one. It was one that I had seen, hadn't gone into a lot, and I've always wanted to go into it, but it's so small and quaint that there's never seats. Finally, I went in. It was super cute. Like, I don't even know what type of theme it was, but I just liked the small, quaint vibes of it. So I got my little chai and I was gonna sit at, you know, just like a regular seat. It was like in the middle of the room and I was like, okay, I'm like not really feeling this exposure. I'm feeling a bit exposed. I don't really like this, but it's okay. The chai is good. Then a girl gets up. She gets up and she leaves and I look where she got up from. Oh, it was a prime window seat. I wish I took a photo, but I was just like, this is heaven. I went and I sat down at the window seat. It was like perfect. It was like enough seat that I could like put my foot up on the stoop in front of me. It was like a high chair, so like my feet could dangle if they wanted to dangle. I had a place to put my bag so my bag wasn't on the floor. And then like the table was a perfect height for me to write in my notebook, you know, without straining my arm. It was like a great street. Like it wasn't like a car heavy street. It was like a very walking heavy street. I was just watching people walk by. Oh, truly, like I couldn't have asked for a better experience. I could add that to a list of places that I feel comfortable going to alone. Finding places that you're comfortable with. Like right now, the reason I'm like kind of rushing to go out is because I want to go to my favorite Chinese restaurant. It's called Chow House. I know the vibes. I know it's like comfy, cozy. At this hour, it's not gonna be too many people in there, hopefully. And that's something like that really helps with my anxiety, because I do struggle a bit with like social anxiety. Well, not a bit. I'm a little off my rocker. So anytime I go somewhere alone, if it's a new place, I do need to look up at least 3 TikToks on it. Need to be able to see the inside, the seating arrangements, where will I sit? What is my backup place to sit if somebody is sitting in that backup place? What will I be ordering? Because, oh, I cannot, y'all. I cannot sit and look at a menu while somebody is looking at me looking at the menu. So I would just, if somebody, like whenever that happens, I just blank and get something I don't even want, and then I waste my money. So I always have to look at the menu before I go somewhere so that doesn't happen. So once I do that, scope out the menu, scope out what I want, then I'm like, okay, I could go. And now I'm like, it's basically like I've already been here. I already know everything. I know where the bathroom is. Like I'm good. I'm chilling. I just can't go into things blind. Cause I'm like, what if I get there and then look at the menu and then I'm like, ooh, wait, they actually don't have what I want. And then I'm like, wait, now I gotta think about what I want. And then once I've ordered what I want, I can't go back on my order once I turn around and look, and I'm like, there's no seats. What do I do then? I can't cancel the order. My anxiety with customer service workers is so bad. I'm like an apologetic mess. They'll put the chai latte on the table and I'm like, sorry, why am I apologizing? Like literally nobody did anything and I'm just like, oh, sorry. But I really am, like honestly, like summer 2024, I'm really gonna try out that like going to parties alone thing. As soon as summer hits, that was really when my loneliness felt like it kicked in, was this summer. I just want a cool like party friend group, because like I like party when I like to party. When I'm in the mood for a nice music moment, for a nice dance moment, to be out in the scene moment, I want to go to a party. Then I found that I just didn't have people available to go to parties with. Hopefully this summer I'll work up the courage, go to some parties alone, meet people at the parties, because I'm like, if I'm meeting you at the party, that must mean you like parties, or at least this party. You may like parties on the same level that I like parties. My go-to thing when like I'm in a space and I'm left alone socially and I don't know what to do, I compliment. I compliment out my ass. I compliment. And it's not fake compliments, because here's the thing. If you give somebody a fake compliment, now you gotta stick to it. Now you gotta remember the fake compliment. You gotta give people genuine compliments, and you just gotta find something that you like about that something's got. Because it's very easy for me to like make connections based on like, oh my God, girl, I love your boots. Where did you get them? They'll be like, oh my God, I got them from Bloomingdale's. I'll be like, no way. Slay Queen. We like the same boots. We already have a connection, okay? And then it just goes deeper based on that. Like, I like building relationships based off of our superficial enjoyments, and then we could go deeper if it needs to go deeper. But also a lot of the times, like, I just want like a shopping friend, a clothing friend that like will be like, does this look cute? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like the aspect of like different friends for different things. 3:19, I need to leave, I need to leave, I need to leave. In the summer, I downloaded Hinge. I downloaded the Hinge app, which was terrifying. It was terrifying. Oh my God, I don't even know how to explain how it made me feel, but I was just like, what is happening? What is happening and why is it happening? I don't want to be here, but at the same time, it was like looking at a car crash where you're like, wait, but like, I kind of do want to be here, but at the same time, like, this is bad for me. I don't want to be here. So I was like through that phase, and I also like downloaded it as like a joke. I downloaded it as a joke, and then I realized it was becoming less of a joke because I was actually kind of taking it seriously. And what I realized, because I'm also in my like single era, I'm like not really putting a label on it because I feel like I'm just in an era of really understanding that it's important for me to prioritize me now. And I'm really putting my foot down with that because like I could be a boy crazy type of person. Like I could see somebody, I could be like, wait a damn minute. It's like my anxious attachment style. Like if I am pursuing a person of the male species, I really put a lot of my attention into that. I'm not good at not putting attention. Like I realize I'm not the type of person that could like talk to multiple people at one time that I know I would want to pursue romantically, because my brain can't do that. And it's like I give a lot to like people in that sense, like a lot of like my mental power. What you mean I gotta text you? I don't text people back. But it's not even like a thing where like I'm doing it purposely. Y'all need to understand, I have anxiety. If you text me at 11:20 and I'm on my phone at 11:20 and I see the text come in, I cannot respond right away. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. Anybody, regardless of who you are, it won't happen. Something in my brain tells me that I cannot respond that exact minute, even though I'm on my phone. So I'll just swipe up and I'll go back to what I'm doing. Normally what I'm doing if I'm on my phone is I'm either scrolling on TikTok or I'm scrolling on Instagram, or I might be watching a YouTube video. So I'll go back and do that. Now that normally sucks me into like an hour and a half on my phone. Now it's been an hour and a half. Now I've completely forgotten the message. So now I go, I make dinner. I cook dinner, an hour and a half. I eat my dinner. Well, it was supposed to be 11:50. Why am I eating dinner at 11:50? I don't know. Forget the time, okay? I eat my dinner. I sit down. When I eat my dinner and sit down, I don't like to have my phone. Okay, I put my phone away and I watch TV. Okay, I watch TV or I watch YouTube. I'll do that for like an hour and a half to 2 hours or so. Now, once that's done, it's time to shower. Don't have my phone for that. Unless I want music, but if I have music, I'm only going to Spotify. Come out of the shower. I don't go on my phone right before bed. So I'm getting ready for bed. Not thinking about my phone. I only go on my phone to check my clock, to put on my music, to put me to sleep. Now I'm asleep. And now it's the next day. I won't text you back early in the morning because there's something in my brain that tells me if I text you back early in the morning that if you're sleeping and you have your phone not on silent, it'll wake you up, and now I feel bad. So then I wait again. So it's just a constant cycle of me waiting and waiting and waiting because I don't want to inconvenience you by sending the text at the wrong time. And then now we're 2 weeks later and I haven't texted you back at all. And all you asked was, what's your favorite color? And it's been 2 weeks and now I'm only getting back to you in 2 weeks. But now I'm like, okay, well, it's been 2 weeks. I just can't respond at all. And it's terrible. And I'm trying. You know, nobody's perfect and I'm trying to get out of my ways. But it's like, I want people to know it's not done with an intention of like, oh, I'm too good to respond to this text. Maya doesn't think of me. It's literally not that. I am just a socially anxious weirdo and I'm thinking way too much about when, where, and how I have to respond to your text. And especially if it's a text that requires me to respond with a little bit of like intellectual understanding. Okay, like if I actually have to think about the text and it's not like a yes or no, that adds at least 5 business days. And I was saying that because that's very understandably unacceptable in like the dating scheme. I can't not text somebody back for 2 weeks and then expect them to be like vibing versus like, well, actually, yeah, because like if somebody didn't text me back for 2 weeks and I was dating them, like they just ghosted me for 2 weeks, I would not vibe either. It's different for romanticness. For friends, I'm such a low maintenance friend that I could go 5 months without having a conversation with my friend. And then they pop out and then 5 months be like, oh my God, I'm having a baby. Like, would you like to be, I'll be like, slay. We're besties. I'm such a low maintenance friend. I'm such a low maintenance friend. You do not need to check in on me. You don't need to check in. I don't really need to be checked in on. Actually, checking in on me gives me anxiety. People asking, how are you doing? I don't know. So I have to lie. I never know how I'm doing. It's different every 5 seconds. It's understandable that it's unacceptable for romantic relationships to kind of like not text people back that fast. And I get that because I would feel the same type of way. If a friend ghosted me for 2 weeks, I don't really care. Like we're about like girly pop. We got lives, I get it. But there's something about if a romantic interest ghosts me for 2 weeks, murder. It's time, like what are we doing here? I understand the double standard, okay? Like that whole expectation, okay? I know I'm just not in the headspace right now where I can do that. I was on Hinge for like a month and people were texting me and I was like, frick. I actually have to converse with these people. And I was not having it. I felt so drained. I had 5 conversations going at the same time, trying to remember where this person's from, where this person's from, where this person's from. The whole time, I actually don't really care. So it's like, that was a lot. I'm normally like a FaceTimer. Like, I'm really like, it's hard for me to convey like my essence through text. So I'm like a FaceTimer. But FaceTime, it takes time. And the way that my schedule is lined up, I come home from school, I do that whole routine that I just told y'all. I do not want to have to fit in the time to FaceTime or call somebody, ask about somebody's day, ask how somebody's doing. Within that, I don't even know how I'm doing. So I need to focus on that. And I realized that, and I feel like it's a very comforting feeling that kind of just like solidified over me. Because I felt like I was missing out because I'm like, oh my God, I'm 21. Like I'm supposed to be dating. This is prime dating age. Like I'm supposed to be like out on the town. But I'm like, I have this level of comfort right now where like, I know it's the worst thing for me. And I know it will mentally drain me and like overexert me to date. So I need to not. And that feeling has calmed my brain so much. Because now I'm like, wait, but like I'm 21 and I'm not dating. I'm like, no, babes, like, she's protecting her mental health. Like, let her live. Being single during the summer, I feel like it's hard. People say that it's harder to be single during the winter. I find that being single during this past fall and winter has been very simple because my school schedule was packed and then I had time to put in hobbies and then do the things that I wanted to do. Because like, realistically, like, if I was dating somebody seriously, I would have to sacrifice something. Whether it's getting an assignment in, which that's already kind of sacrificed because I'm a procrastinator, or whether it's like extra reading time, whether it's like time I could be like editing a video, whether it's time I could be writing or trying something new. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have to sacrifice that. And I'm just not at a place right now where I want to sacrifice anything that I desire for the sake of for the sake of adding a romantic partner into my life. Like it's just not something that I desire right now. Okay, powder done. Sorry, you're crooked. I'm gonna put on this. Now she kind of looks okay because she like marinated, but she's still like not cute. I really gotta work on this acne thing, but me and acne, she doesn't like to work with me. Kind of cute, kind of a vibe. Let's take this headscarf off. She's been on for way too long. I think this will be the fit. The red of the top, I mean, it looks really like mediocre. Like this is something I wear on an everyday basis. But honestly, like, wait, like I don't know if I should do anything. I don't have, if I had like black jeans, that would like put it together. Cause I could wear this, but I don't wanna wear this. I don't think this goes with the top. Like this top would go with like black jeans, and I don't have those. And I don't know if it's like necessarily like the biggest deal. The top looks so much of a brighter red on camera. It's like a much more deep red in person. And I'm gonna wear my black trench coat over it. So like that's gonna help. I don't wanna wear anything with rips because like that's just not giving. Oh, wait, I might have like nice pants. I have these like black slacks. Let me try this. Look at how cute this would have looked. Okay, well, it doesn't look cute in camera. I feel like it looks cute in person. But like with the heel, it would have looked so cute, but I'm not wearing a heel because I'm not Ubering everywhere. I have to take public transport. So I'm just gonna prioritize my comfort. I think I'm just literally, I was gonna wear Sambas. So let me see how it looks with the Uggs. Do they even let Uggs into the New York Philharmonic? They better. But I'm like, Ugg or Samba? I don't know. I'll get back to you when I make a decision. I'm literally running. Well, evidently I'm not running because I'm in the bathroom, but I just need to fix this little swoop. She is not giving. Then I realized I was about to leave the crib. Wait, no. Lipstick. Lipstick. What am I talking about? See my brain? It ain't working. Gloss. Now we're complete. So dark. I decided on the Uggs. Just gonna have to do. At this point, who's judging me? I don't know. They better not be. Cause I'll sue. Done eating, on my way to uptown now because the Philharmonic is like right by Central Park. So I'm gonna take the 1 there. I'll get there in like 30 minutes, so I'll still have like an hour before the actual. Oh my god, this is such a cute cafe. Oh my god. It's freaking cold. Anyways, I'll have an hour until the show starts. But it says that they have a cafe. I don't need to be at a cafe, but like I could just sit and continue reading my book. The book is pretty okay. It's slightly boring, but like normally first chapters are very boring for me. So I don't know. Anyways, I gotta go because I need my maps because I have no idea where I'm going and I need to find the 1 train.
Throw down your weapons and we can handle this another way.
It's 12 o'clock and I'm about to go to bed. Okay, I got in at 11 o'clock. It took me an hour. Like, bro, like, this is why I don't go uptown. Okay, like by Central Park. It took me an hour to get back home. So I got in at like 11. I just showered. Hopefully I don't get copywritten for like those clips. So hopefully I can include like a lot of them, or like them in like their full entirety, because that was insane. That was literally insane. That was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I do now want to go to more New York Philharmonic types of shows, because it was like literally, I mean, I said this before, but it was like combining two things that I love so much. Superhero action Marvel movie with like orchestra. Is that what is it called? Is it called an orchestra even though there's also like wind instruments? I don't know. I was mesmerized by like the violins. I love a good violin. They were eating it up. And then like the cellos too, but also like the trumpets. Like I feel like the trumpets, or not just the trumpets, but like just like the trumpet, the trombone. I don't know. When I was in middle school, I used to play what did I play? I used to play the trumpet. I know a little bit. Everything, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I also just liked the fact that like I haven't seen that movie in a while. It's probably been a year, because I rewatched the first one right before going into watching the second one, and the second one came out last year, right? 2022? And I watched the first one right before that just to jog my memory. So it's been a full year. Kind of forgot like, you know, the full plot and vibes, and like I was bawling. Like I was bawling from the start. I was crying because Mia Marvel, bro, Mia Marvel, and like already the Marvel theme, dun 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 dun. That already plays in my head rent free, and already anytime I hear that, I chills. I don't know what type of power Marvel has over me, but it has a power. Hearing that, like that's what I was honestly like, I probably just paid for my ticket just to hear that, but I got so much more than that. Hearing that was literally like me ascending. Like hearing that played on like actual instruments, and I'm like watching them play it, and they were like dun 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 dun, and I'm pissed because I didn't record that, but I'm also not pissed because it was like I just experienced it. Like it was something that I just had to experience in the moment and just bawl. It was just insane. I was crying so much. I was also crying for Chadwick. I realized that's the first time that I've seen Chadwick on screen since his death, and it was just like, it was just a lot. It was just a lot. And it was also like, I feel like I have such a different perspective with the movie. Like the movie has now risen so much higher on my ranking of Marvel movies. I don't know where it falls actually on its number, but it's just so much higher because more knowledge that I've like developed on like Black history, knowledge about the world and stuff like that. Like the movie just hits different. Why was Killmonger kind of making sense? Why was Michael B. Jordan kind of spitting facts? He was kind of spitting facts the whole time, and everybody was just like, no. But I'm like I'm sitting in my seat, and I'm like, okay, he killing too many people, but is he really wrong? Is he really wrong? Killmonger has so much depth as a character because like he's not really supposed to be a bad guy. Like yes, he does bad things, but we have to look at why he does the things that he does, and we have to ask, is it necessarily his fault? Or is he a product of his environment? I have no regrets. Like I'm very glad that I went, and I'm glad that I went alone, because honestly I really needed to be alone with my crying and my emotions, like, and my thoughts, because like I really just had the time to just like be present, look around, look at my surroundings, like take things in, and also just like bawl my eyes out. Let me know what you guys like to do alone. I'm gonna see you, okay? I'm gonna see you in the next one. Wakanda forever. Y'all better comment it back.